Welcome back to yet another episode of the Reborn run. Last time we defeated Terra and her evil Garchomp to snag the Gravity Badge and caught 465 Pokemon. It's finally time for us to use Waterfall, so I grabbed my trusty HM user Reborn from the PC. Before I leave the circus though, the vendor that gave us the HM for Dive has another puzzle for us. This time it's the 16 puzzle, where you have to move tiles from an initial arrangement by swapping any two adjacent tiles. Compared to the Conkeldurr puzzle, which seemed luck-based, this one isn't too bad if you know how to solve it. As a reward for finishing the puzzle, the vendor gifts us Turtwig. This brings us up to 466 Pokemon. Now it's finally time to explore the mountain system thanks to our 3 water HMs. First, we start in Ametrine Mountain. Heading down a waterfall on the second floor, we walk down a little path and spot a Pokemon. By smashing the rock it was interested in, we get to battle it. The second Ultra Ball catches a Sneasel, bringing us to 467 Pokemon. On the left side of this area, there's a Strength Boulder. By approaching it from the east, we can push it out of the way, allowing us to pass from the north. Once we do that, we're able to access a dive spot. Following the path, we emerge in a new area, and our path diverges. Starting by going to the right, up here, we surf down another waterfall and enter the second basement floor. On the left here, there are a bunch of waterfalls we can climb to reach a pool at the top. Since my starter choice didn't matter at the beginning of the game, I picked Totodile, who is very annoying to encounter here, so at least I get to skip him. But if you didn't pick Totodile, this is where you get him. Heading back to the other side of this room, I climb some stairs at the top and slide across some ice to reach yet another dive spot. Heading into the secret door down here, I follow the tunnel out to climbing down some more waterfalls. At the very bottom, I'm able to grab the TM for Roar, as well as some other hidden items. That's all we can do in that branch, so back on the first basement floor, I head to the left instead. Diving down, we grab the Deep Sea Tooth and enter another hidden door. Inside this massive cavern, I pick up a water stone. There's one more hidden door at the bottom. Inside, I find a hidden link stone, and more importantly, at the end, the Abomasite. Nice. Heading back out to the large underwater cavern, specifically on a Saturday for some reason, I'm able to battle Lapras. I catch it to bring the total up to 468 Pokemon. That's all for our exploration around Ametrine Mountain for now. We head back up to Celestinine's second floor and find the waterfall we couldn't climb last episode. On the third floor, we do a simple strength puzzle to clear a path to get to another waterfall. On the fourth floor, there are tons of items, including the Dragon Scale, the TM for Smart Strike, and the Water Memory. There are also lots of hidden items and mining rocks up here. Anyways, once we pick those up, there's one more thing we get to do. We pull out the Good Rod, and we're able to fish up and catch Feebas. This brings the total to 469. That's as far up Celestinine Mountain we go, so we head back down to the first floor to climb down a waterfall to get below. By going down at the fork, we actually end up back in the room that we accessed all the way back when we were exploring Route 1, but we can't quite get to that part until we get rock climb. So we head back up and north of the fork to go diving. In this big underwater area, we surface on the other side, where we're able to pick up the TM for Rock Polish. With that out of the way, we head west into Citrine Mountain. From the first floor, we head down a waterfall and push a giant boulder from the right to pass it from the north like before. On the other side, we get to battle a wild Skuntank. It's actually Corey's from the 3rd episode. Anyways, by catching the Skuntank, we pick up the silver card behind it, as well as bring the total up to 470. On the second floor of Citrine Mountain, we head up some more waterfalls. On the ground is a prism scale. Then we head up to the 3rd floor, where we're able to pick up an amplified rock, as well as a TM for Smackdown and the Grass Memory. That finishes up our mountain waterfall exploration, so it's finally time to deal with the toxic lovebirds down in the water treatment plant. After a friendly conversation with Titania that definitely doesn't involve her Aegislash being used as a sword, we enter the water treatment plant main area. Here we can lower the water level and move trash around, and then raise it again to move around. Before we do though, with the water level lowered, we can run around in some of the puddles to catch some poison Pokemon. By running around here, I'm able to catch Alolan Grimer, Swalot, and Alolan Muck. Only Swalot adds to our total of 471. We're actually running around directly under Reborn City. We exit the North Obsidia Ward area of the water treatment plant to head to the east and get to Central Obsidia's plant and so on. Once again, we lower the water level to scoot some trash over to the side and we're able to proceed to the Onyx Ward plant. Our boy Taka helps us out in this room. Weird. Anyways, after beating back more grunts and solving the puzzle in this area, we move to the Coral Ward room, and then back to the Central Obsidia Ward room. Solving the second puzzle in here takes you to the Opal Ward room, which connects to the North Obsidia room. Unfortunately, we can't go left from here, so by going west, we move some of the trash in order to get to the Peridot room. Before moving on, we have to take a little detour to the Lapis Ward room at the top. Inside, we pick up the Barrel Grid Key. Titania is finally on to Taka once we head west into the Barrel Ward room, but we can't get to him yet. After another battle with some meteor grunts, we head north into the Barrel Ward room, but Titania gets trapped behind a one-way gate. After she helps us exit to the south, we follow rooms to the right, around the south side, one more time until we're back in the Opal room. Lowering the water here reveals that there's been a pulse clogging up this system the whole time. Armed with our best team to win, we get to fight Pulse Swallout on the Murkwater field. This is extremely bulky, and it hits really hard as well. Surprise, surprise, I figured Snorlax might be the key to victory here, especially because its immunity ability ignores the damage you get every turn on the field. I started by getting my curses up, eating up sludge waves and resting them off. Unfortunately, Swallout heals itself extremely well on this field, so it would be a while before I would be able to hit it and hit it hard. By resting, I was able to eat up all of its sludge wave PP, which was nice. While attacking, Snorlax also got off of paralysis on it, which could of course help a little bit in taking it down. Swallout luckily also ran out of discharges eventually as well. Unfortunately, right about here I ran out of rest, so I had to spam Body Slam with my remaining PP. I ran out before Swallout ran out of PP though, so Snorlax had to go down after some struggling. Next, I sent out Cinccino, who unfortunately couldn't take it out in time before going down. Then I sent out Diggersby, hoping that I could be able to kill it here. Diggersby was able to get out 3 sword stances and barely 3-shot it before going down. Swallout's a very bulky pulse, but luckily not too much from my Snorlax and the rest of my squad. By clearing away the pulse, we can finally purify the water in every single room, which also lets us surf on it. By starting at the beginning and making our way to the right, I pick up the TM for Rock Tomb. In the top right room, the TM for Sandstorm is there as well. The Peridot room has the pulse notes for Swallout, and also lets us open the system storage room, which we'll go into in a bit. We get the scope lens in the Jasper room, and finally, we finish purifying the water in every single room of the facility. With that out of the way, we head into the new system storage room. The field in the room is the Broken Factory field, and there are a bunch of Electro we can fight in here. By tricking them into use Discharge to light up the field, a machine in here turns on, and dispenses a Pokeball containing Fennekin. This brings the episode total up to 472. Back in the barrel room, we finally make our way to the back, where we get to finally confront Taka. The game gives you the somewhat complex choice to battle Taka to make it look like you put up a fight for the rest of Meteor, or to ignore his request. The game diverges quite a lot based on this choice, but choosing to ignore him makes content 2 badges from now a little bit more interesting, at least for the sake of this video, so I usually go with this one. After refusing battle and talking to our girl Shade, we emerge into the Cascade with Titania and Emeria, and are reunited with Florinia and Julia once again. They also give us the HM for Fly, finally. So that's nice, but what comes up, if we head up, is a sequence of battles, so I headed to the PC to ditch Bibarel and prepare a nice team for a gauntlet of 3 battles. Making our way back to the Cascade, Solaris, Sirius, Blake, Fern, who of course joins Meteor, and of course Orderly John are all here and they're ready to battle us in the gauntlet of 3 double battles. Florinia joins us in the first battle against 2 random Meteor aces, but luckily their teams are on average 6 levels lower than us and they don't really pose a threat. The second battle we have is a little bit more noteworthy, against Blake and Fern, this time with Florinia as an ally. The pair lead with Haxorus and Walrein, so I started out with Exploud, who unfortunately died right away. I next sent out Diggersby, hoping to clean up with Earthquake and deal some major damage on the other side. I was able to take out Haxorus, but unfortunately in the next turn Fern knocked out Diggersby, though Florinia was able to take out Roserade with her Ferrothorn's Gyro Ball. In general, I wanted to knock out Fern first, since his team is a little bit more offensive, so I more or less ignored Walrein as I sent in Cinccino to try to attack Scizor. Florinia's legendary Ferrothorn knocked out Walrein, so I sent in Pyroar to knock out Scizor, and Mamoswine thanks to Titania's Ferrothorn, who has like 3 kills at this point. Almost able to knock out Crocodile, Pyroar finally goes down, but Ferrothorn claims another victim in Starmie. Staraptor sniped the Croc, and then after a nice dodge, Ferrothorn gets another one in Weavile. Thanks to a close combat on Sandslash, I knocked out another one, but finally, Ferrothorn went down. His Decidueye went down to Brave Bird, of course, but then Staraptor went down shortly after. This left my Snorlax and Florinia's Tangrowth versus Rhyperior and Gyarados. Tangrowth of course took out Rhyperior easily, leaving Snorlax to do its thing on Gyarados for the win. Unfortunately, towards the end of this battle, Snorlax hits level 76 though, which is above the level cap, and because we're in a gauntlet, we can't go and lower it down with Common Candy, meaning in the next battle it won't obey, so I do have to keep that in mind. The next fight, we're fighting Solaris and John. but thanks to us beating the former Epirus, we get Julia as an ally for this one instead of Florinia. Again, leading with Explode, I spread some Icy Wind on Whiscash and Explode a couple times, though Julia's Electrode goes down in the process. Explode hung in there long enough to watch Whiscash and Excadrill get knocked out, then I sent in Pyroar to knock out Magnezone and Scizor before it went down to Slowbro. Cinccino chipped Tyranitar, while Magnezone knocked out Slowbro finally, leaving my Diggersby to attack Electros and watch Tyranitar die. Unfortunately, Garchomp swept my side with Earthquake, so I let Staraptor pair with Bronzong as we were able to knock out the rest of John's team. Both Electros and Toucannon went down with Staraptor and Bronzong. Thus, Snorlax and Rotom got to attack Garchomp together. 2 hidden power ices from Rotom did the trick, so that really made that a lot easier than it could have been. Finally, his Mandibuzz went down to some electric move spam from Julia, leaving Gyarados, who then died to 1 Volt Switch. Honestly, Julia did most of the work at the end of this fight, but I will take the first try victories where they come. After soaking and embarrassing the Team Meteor goons, we talked to the girls one more time, only to learn that America forgot all the crap she put us through so far. Lovely. So we leave the oh-so-toxic household and head back to the circus, where CL just gives us her battle pass, meaning it's time to end this episode with another gym fight. We're once again fighting on the Big Top Arena, this time against a team of flying types. Her Togekiss is super annoying, so I led with Explode to try to get a knockout with 2 field-boosted Boom Bursts. Next out was Minior, who managed to survive a Rock Blast from Cinccino and transform into its lighter form. Fortunately, Staraptor's Quick Attack was just enough to take it out, so I sacked Staraptor against Noivern. I saw my win condition, and of course it's Snorlax, especially since Body Slam is boosted by the field. Noivern went down after Snorlax was at 3 curses, as did Oricorio after taking me down to half. I was able to heal again on her bulky Gliscor, being able to set up to 4 curses for the kill on it. When she sent in her Altaria, Sleep Talk managed to pull Body Slam completely out of luck against Mega Altaria, and it was a one-shot, meaning yet another line of Pokemon bodies goes to Snorlax as we finish the last gym fight of the Agate Circus saga. As a reward, we get the Suspension Badge and the TM for Acrobatics. Thanks for watching today's part. There was lots of battles in it this time, but there's a ton to do in next episode's content, enough that I might split it into a couple episodes. Anyways, thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next part. Have a great one.